Good morning, everybody. Rick here. Today is Tuesday, January 30th. Time is 8:25 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, looks like nothing has been going on overnight. Just a little bit of channeling here and there. And there's, nothing is tradable yet. So, ideally, let's see what should happen. Oh, let's see, push down, bounce, retrace. All right, ideally, it looks like it should push on back down, probably close to the one deviation line here, 6.4, 6.2, and then we're probably going to be bouncing back up. The 50 moving average is crossing the 200 at this point. So let's see how far back that hasn't happened in quite a while. And that was the start of an uptrend. So, okay. One of two things can happen, obviously, or three. It just does nothing. We're going to push down, push back up to the value area low, and then probably break back down again. I think we're probably in the midst of a very short downtrend, and I do mean very short. And other possibility is for it to come and test the value area high off of the current bar right now and have a decision to make at that point there. So, okay. Ultimately, it should break above this, the 200 period average. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Well, it should happen later today, maybe. But it's really difficult to say. So at this moment, we're just going to watch, and I'm just going to wait for my perfect setup trade and see if we can get into it. So, and as of now, this is very weak. So it looks like we're probably just going to channel along a bit. And yeah, absolutely. Well, let's see here. Asian session, that looks like a decent cluster area there. Let me check these other numbers, see if something didn't go purple. That one isn't very strong there. And okay. Well, I'm not very confident in this one, and other ones already happened way back there, so we're just going to wait and see, and I'll keep an eye on. As soon as the market's open, we should start seeing some kind of action. All right, guys, I'll be back. Okay, guys, I am short 10 contract 64.94 right here off of this 8 moving average. Here's my thought process. We've been channeling down for past several hours, and been moving down, but been kind of channeling past couple hours. So my thought process is we're going to come on down to the oversold area, and ideally we're in this zone right now, a lot of volume in this area for the time, and I think we're going to push on down, probably test yesterday's 1.5 deviation line, and probably close to the current low of the day, possibly even the 1 deviation that we're at now. So this is a scalp I'm trying to pull probably 20 ticks off of, and we'll go forward from there. So we'll see what happens here. Still nothing as far as the reversal sequence from the footprint. Again, this one isn't very strong to me, and the fact that it's already worked itself out, but nothing major from, let's see what we got here, 90, about 20, 25 ticks or so, which, it would be promising from that point there. So, okay, stop is sitting at 04 right here for 10 ticks, 10 tick stop, and we'll see what happens at this point here. All right, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, guys, had to run and take the trash out real quick, but what happened is it pushed on down like I thought it might have, and I pulled 7 off at 74, There's what I'm looking for right there. That's the reversal sequence. That's not a bad one. I think we can work with that. All right, so from this point, I'll count back 9 to 19, 73, 63. So right here off of the 1 deviation line is the ideal area. So I'm going to set a limit order. Let me see here, 73s. Right there on the 1 deviation line. I am still 3 contracts short, and I will let it close at that point there. Stop is sitting at break even at the moment, and I am going to go ahead and let me get this stuff set up while I'm here talking. 62. Limit by, all right. That came close. Come on down a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, we're going to go ahead and trigger that long. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close my other positions. And then we'll watch and see what happens. All right, I'll be back in just a bit. Okay, got half off at 74 right here. Stop is going to be moving to 60. For a 4-tick stop. 60. So, and this is going to be my second trade and my final trade as well. Yep, I'm just a little bit short of profit goal, so I will take this. What does that stop? 5 contracts, 60. All right, guys, long 5 contracts, 64, 64. Half came off at 74. And stop is now sitting at 60 for a 4-tick stop. And I'm just going to leave it there for just a moment. Let me take that back. This might not be my only trade. What ideally is going to happen, it pushed down here to the 1 deviation line. So this line should hold, give or take a few ticks in there. And at that point, we should start shooting back up, probably to this red line. So value low apex indicator, and probably, hopefully anyway, back right around where all the congestion's going on at value area low, and the crossover between the 50 and the 200 moving average. So, all right, we'll see. I'll be back. Okay, guys, got stopped out there. A few ticks below the 1 deviation line here, 64, 62. So I'm gonna watch just a minute. I might be jumping right back in. So give me just a second. I'll be back. Okay, guys, hop back in. 10 contracts long, 64, 61. Look to pull half off at 71. Stop is sitting at 57 right now. What is that for 7, 8, 9, 6? 4-tick stop. So this bar is going to close in 30 seconds. And the next bar should definitely be green. How far it pushes up, I don't know. And we will look forward to... This is a ideal scenario for the reversal sequences that I look for. So after I close this trade, I will walk through it, and this will be somewhat of an instructional video as well. So let's see if we can get on through this part first. All right, I'll be back. Okay, got stopped out there for 4 ticks. So now, let me see here. 73, 63, 53. Okay, that threshold's been broken, so it's clustered and valid anymore. So at that point, we will look for how far down. Let's see. The volume here, that's decent volume and not much of a movement for the stochastics shooting. I thought this would probably take us to the oversold area. So, all right, guys, we're pushing down some more. So at this point, because what I thought should happen didn't happen, I'm going to wait this one on out, and I might just close the day, but we're going to watch for a little bit. It's still early enough. All right, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, we have a new cluster formation going on here at 53, 43, 33. I'm not seeing anything as far as support. 33. Other than a lot of volume in this area from last week. Let's see here. Yeah, I have no idea how to gauge this one. Let's see, what is this? Okay, that should push it close. Alright guys, I need to pause the video. I gotta go way left to see what we got going on here. So I will be back in just a bit. Okay, let me get you caught up right here. I couldn't validate that other cluster area going on right here until now. This yellow line I've marked a while back. This is actually the 61.8 fib line from this entire run-up. So it's been marked, and I typically leave long runs on there because I know bigger time frames are looking, stuff like that. So this will be an area to look at. I'm not in a trade just yet, but I'm going to watch and see if it's worth pulling the trigger on there. I think I might actually want to wait till we get down to the oversold area. But I'm really liking these numbers as well. Let's see here. So I might get in long. We'll see. All right, I'll be back in a bit. Okay. Bears is running this one, so I'm just going to stay out of the way. So I was able to minimize my loss up here, and ideally it was should have been some type of turnaround off of the reversal sequence, but it doesn't always work, obviously. So at this point, I just stay out of the way. I'll let the Bears get going running, and then I will probably look to get back long at that point there. So close prematurely. It's trading. It happens. But again, I always preach risk management first and foremost. So we'll catch some runners here throughout the year. I'm not even too much worried about all that. So now we're just waiting. So there's nothing left in this area to stop it from getting on down to the 1.5 deviation line. 42 or 43 is the 61.8 deviation line from that long up run. So really depending on where this bar closes, could be risky and jump in literally right now, but that's not part of my trading plan, so I won't. And I will wait to see what this bar does. If it closes right around 42, 43, if we're going to push on down to 64.15, 1.5 deviation line. So we'll look for another type of sequence. So this here at 40, a lot of volume. There's a lot of volume coming in. So the institutions are really playing. I mean, they're getting some good action going on in here, and chances are they are just setting up. They are, they are both accumulating and distributing right now. It's kind of a complex situation, but I'll try to explain that one a little bit later on. So these are a bunch of traps being set up, and when these guys are ready, they're going to run it back up, and probably pretty quickly. So it might be set for inventories tomorrow, as these guys most likely know what's going on. But don't know that for sure. So anyway, guys, I'm just rambling, so I'm going to pause the video and just watch, and we'll see if we'll get into another trade or if that other one was it. So that last loss knocked me out of profit goal, but it's still a decent trading day regardless, so we'll see. All right, I'll be back. Okay, guys, I am giving this one a shot off of the 1.5, the 1.5 deviation line. Long 10 contract 64.15, and I look to pull half off at 25. Stop is sitting at 05 at the moment, and this is going to be my last trade, regardless of what happens, and we'll see if we can at least get a decent scalp out of it and see if I can get my 4 ticks back that I lost earlier. All right, I'll be back in just a bit. Okay, guys, I took 7 off at 24.25. It just came off, so that's leaving me 3 contracts long, 64.15. All I'm going to do is move my stop to break even at this point, and I am just going to let it all play out as it wishes to. So if it gets up to 20, 30 ticks, I'm going to just set a trailing stop and walk away from actually, I'm going to walk away from it now, but it is a decent trading day hitting this counter trend, so I can't complain there. So, all right, we're 15, 25, 35. All right, I'm going to go ahead and set a 20 tick trailing stop at this point. Give me just a second. Trailing stop, 20 ticks. Sell 3 contracts. All right, and we're just going to let that run from there, and I'll be back later when everything wraps up, and we'll see what happens here. All right, guys, I'll see you in a few. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Trailing stop was triggered at 24, so I'm guessing it was over in here somewhere. Might have been this bar as well. For 9 ticks on that one there. So not a bad morning. So I think I'm pretty close to profit goal. And let me go back here. So this was the original. No, was it that one? It was that one. So the original reversal sequence came down here, entered long, got 10 off, and then got stopped out there. I think I tried it again and got stopped out for 4 ticks from that point. And then the bears just kept running this guy, and I just decided to stay out of the way. Came down here, got long off the 1.5 deviation line. Pulled half off there, 20, I don't remember. And set a trailing stop and went forward from there. So ideally, this is the setup that I'm looking for. Let me see if I can adjust that on down. You want to move? There we go. So ideally, this is the setup that I'm looking for initially. With the amount of volume that kept coming in, though, so that was obviously, once it hit past 19 ticks, this becomes invalid anyway. So it lined up perfectly with here, and it worked out fine for the scalp to position type trader that I am anyway. So we came on down, still a lot of orders, and then currently we are still just kind of channeling along in this area here. So, but money was made this morning. So that's why I really stress risk management versus trading, because any trading strategy, decent trading strategy, will actually do okay. The risk management is what makes it profitable. So I'm not shooting for home runs every time. Actually, rarely. And typically when I do that, I already have my profit goal made anyway. So, all right, guys, I'm going to wrap up, and I'm not sure if I'll be around tomorrow. It's going to be a busy day. I have class tomorrow, but I have meetings for being a horticulture chair as well. So I might stick my head in the morning and see what happens. So, all right, have a good one. We'll see you later. Bye.